So without wasting much time, let me call my friend. This is a man that I have watched from afar. Saw him starting, read his books, and I believe that he's got a story to tell, which he told the last time. And I said, you need to come back because your strength is in sales. And people are not making money because they don't know how to sell. So today, it's a no holds barred. When you leave this place, you must know how to sell. So ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, if you can all stand, let's put our hands together for my friend, one and only, the chartered vendor.
Thank you. Thank you. Where is the guys? Hello? Thank you so much, guys. You can sit down. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. You are the 1%. You know, most of our stories, if you want to scare people from any conversation, whether on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, talk about business. If you want to talk about business, but people, they want to talk about mujala. You get what I mean? So that's why I had to write this book, which is called Sales Equals to Mjolo. So anyway, how many are in sales? Okay, I see some hands are still down. How many are in sales? Okay, my sister, why are you saying you're not in sales? You, yeah. Okay, what I'm saying is everyone is in sales. Like right now, if you are a lawyer, if you're an accountant, if you're an engineer, yes, they'll teach you medicine in school, they'll teach you law, but at the end, you're going to see that you are going to be in sales. How? When you start your law firm, after probably when you've left someone's firm, what is going to be needed in that firm definitely are customers. And you're now forced to go out and look for what? For customers. Even Dr. Chirisa right now, he is a doctor. But when he has got a surgery, he needs a what? A customer. So everyone is in sales. And to me, the biggest salesperson to ever live on this planet is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Why do I say he was the best salesman? If you look at it, there is a Bible which is actually everything which was said by Jesus is written in red. If you look at the stories, when Jesus was asked a question, he would ask a question or he would answer using a parable, which is one of the biggest sales skills. If your customer comes into your shop, they are looking for a phone. You don't mention prices. You don't mention the types of phones which are in your shop. You ask them a question. Why do they need a phone? What happened to the last phone which they're using? So what I've already said here is when you don't know how to ask questions, then you're not in sales. Most of the sales are dying because we don't know the quality questions to ask. Anyway, even the presidents are in sales. The people, if you're going for an election, you are required to sell. Even the founders of churches are also in sales. Have you ever been shocked that you hear a pastor who is delivering such a wonderful message, but his church is empty? Why? Because he's stuck in sales. He doesn't know how to sell. So this is the art which is required. When I'm talking about sales, when I'm saying everyone is in sales, be it an CEO, even a thief is in sales. You get what I mean? Even a robber is in sales, because everyone is in sales. Why am I saying that? If you joined a company through an interview, what were you doing? You were selling yourself. So this is a skill which is required by almost everyone. And if one day I'm going to be influential, to be probably part of the government, probably through Ministry of Education or be a president, I'll put sales in ECD. Why? Because this is the most important skill in the world. Right now there's someone who has got a lot, books have been written. Many wonderful books have been written. I've read some of the amazing books in Zimbabwe. But you know what? Someone actually said, I still remember one of my mentors. And this is the guy who looked after me when I was a vendor. The guy is called Aaron Chundura Moyo. Some people, they know him because he writes Shona novels. When I went to him, I wanted to write this book called The Chartered Vendor. Then he said, Jerry, why are you writing this book? Then I said, I just want to deliver a message to people. Then he said, but forget about getting money because I've written 13 books and they are being studied in school, but last year I got $50. Then I said, no, Mdara, it's because you don't know how to sell. I want to publish my book and I want to prove you wrong. So this book actually has built my parents a house. And every day we sell these books. Just today, I think we sold books for, I'm not bragging, guys. I'm not Dr. Jerisa, anyway. But just today, I sold books for $3,000. Just today. So if someone is saying, I'm failing, Zimbabwe doesn't have a law, Zimbabwe doesn't have work, Zimbabwe, the politics is low. When you keep on blaming politics, blaming the economy, I tell you, you cease looking for opportunities. Are we getting it? So I'm saying the first thing which you need to understand, if you're single right now, most probably you actually suck in what? In sales. Let me give you an example. If you're a guy, you meet a lady today and immediately say, I love you, it means you don't know how to sell. Are we getting it? It's just 5 minutes into the conversation already you're saying, I love you, I like you. You get what I mean? I know that you guys are now doing it through TikTok and Facebook, where there are also relationships of convenience. But look at them. What are they? What is happening to the relationships? They break easily. Are we getting it? If you are also a lady, if a guy comes to you, is asking you out, then immediately 5 minutes into the conversation, you are already hungry. You now want mega pizza. You now want 3 pizza. I tell you, that's why you're still single. And you're going to stay single for a long period of time. Because why? Even if you're hungry, pretend not to be what? That's what sales people do. When you're in a sales situation, I tell you, if you want to sell more, stop selling. Stop selling. If you want to sell more, stop selling, start helping. Simple. So when a client comes to you, when they are busy talking about how much are you going to charge, say, wait, money is not even important. I want to first help your situation. Be it a lawyer. Not to say, no, first, when you come here, you need to first to pay $100 consultancy fee before you see me. When they get in, okay, please pay 1,000 deposit first. The customer will notice that you're only interested in money. So even in relationships, the customer will see that you're only interested in what? In food. Girls, are we getting it? You're only interested in his vehicle. Are we getting it? So even when we're talking for customers, we talk of relationship building. So when I was writing this book, I was narrating about Dr. John's story. So Dr. John went to Marist Brothers Nyanga. It's a boys' high school. That's where I went. So I know that guys from Marist Brothers, they struggle when it comes to women. I know that. Then he went on into UZ. 7 years, he was not dating. Then soon after finishing school, what happened? His parents started saying, we now want a Mrora. Then this guy had no clue. He was well educated, he had money, but he didn't know how to date. So the first thing which he did was looking for what? For a wife. And he had to list qualities of a wife. So I'll compare that to sales. If you want to sell more, you need to also know who to sell to. Are we getting it? List the qualities of your customer. Most of the businesses just tries to sell to everyone. They struggle. Are we getting it? So what I'm simply saying is, if you are trying to sell to everyone, you're going to struggle. But if you list the qualities of the people you're going to sell to, you are going to make more because you don't waste time. Are we getting it? So, I also want, when you ask questions in sales, what you're supposed to also exercise is called what? Listening. And do you know that our schools, they've got public speaking? Are we getting it? They've got reading. We are taught in schools. But do you know that no school actually teach public listening? That's why your marriages are suffering. That's why your relationships are suffering, because no one is listening to anyone. Are we getting it? So we want to do a small exercise which shows that everyone here cannot listen. Are we getting it? So I'll go. When I say 1, 2, 3, go, you guys are going to clap your hands, isn't it? Are we getting it? Is it clear? It's simple. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. So you see that you are not listening to when the customer is speaking. You are listening in order for you to respond. But when you start listening in order for you to what? To understand, you're going to be making what? More money. So what is happening is, in the world, no one is listening to anyone. You want to argue. And the first rule of sales is always agree with the customer. Are we getting it? Don't disagree with the customer, because what you want to win is a war, not a battle. It's not a competition of who is right, but it's a competition of who is going to get more money. That's what I'm calling sales. So, I'll also tell you a story which actually happened, and I want you to judge this story and see how this guy was a good salesman. I tell you, up to now, I still have the number of that guy from Botswana. When I went to Botswana, that was in 2022, I went to speak to a group of salespeople from Botswana Insurance. And when we went there, we used road, because why? I think we only told, when it was on Thursday, that on Saturday we've got an event. So we couldn't use air. So we went there, I finished speaking. When I was now coming back to Zimbabwe, I passed through Francistown. I got into a shop. I wanted to buy a jacket. So when I got there, I said, when I was just entering the shop, this young man came to me, he greeted me, and he was smiling. So when he was smiling, he said, hi, how are you? Say, how may I kindly assist you? I said, I want a jacket. Then he said, okay, what do you do? I said, okay, at my company, I'm also in the C-suite, and I'm also a speaker. Then what did he say? He said, okay, great, you're a speaker. What do you talk about? Then I said, entrepreneurship and sales. He said, where's your page? Let me look for it on Facebook. He liked my page. Then as we're actually approaching the suit, he said, my brother, I've got an idea. What about if you get a jacket in the trousers? Because why? You get a lot of combinations from there. Looking at what you have said, I want you to get the whole suit. But by the way, judging from your tone, you sound like a Zimbabwean. Then he said, yes, I'm a Zimbabwean. Then he said, I like Harare. I wish if I could be in Harare. And Zimbabweans are very good. They are hardworking. They are wonderful people. Are we getting it? Then boom, I said, as he was saying that, he was giving me the what? The suit. And I grabbed the suit and I said, okay, fine. That's okay. Where can I actually pay? Then he said, no, my brother, I want you to first try the suit. I want it to be a perfect size. And before that, he said actually the size of the jacket is 50 and the size of your trousers is 34. This is your suit. Then when I went to try, it was a perfect fit. And he said, you should try because I don't want you to mess the suit when you're now in Harare trying to adjust it. So when I was coming out of the changing room, there were 3 guys. And they said, wow, you're a gentleman, you're getting... Then I said, okay, I'm looking good. I took the suit. Then the guy asked me a question. He said, my brother, can I ask you a question? I said, go ahead. He said, when are you going to come back to Botswana? Then I said, I don't even know. Why? Because it was my first time in Botswana, and I don't think I'll be coming back anytime soon. Then he said, okay. And do you also have shops like these ones in Zimbabwe? Then I said, no, my brother. Then he said, okay, I think it would be a shame if you're going to take only one suit? What about if you try another one? Then he gave me another suit. And I tried the suit. And this time now, he didn't bring men. He brought in ladies. And those who know Tswana ladies, I think you know. And they said, wow, he looks so smart. So we getting, and who is not going to take a suit when ladies have complimented him? Before I could take away the suit, he said, wait. One lady just said, wait. I want you to try these brown shoes. But no, this time we're not buying. You're only trying. We just want to see the combination of that maroon suit and the brown shoe. Then when I wore the shoes now, it was now the guys and the ladies complimenting me. Guess what I did? I took everything from that store. But the only problem, the problem only came when I was now at the border now to say, I've overspent. Are we getting it? So sales is to be what? Painless. When your customer leaves your shop or leaves your firm, when they feel that they've lost something, you're a bad salesperson. Right now, I'm still proud that that person managed to sell me those suits. Whenever I wear the suits, I don't think about the suits, I don't think about Botswana, but I think about Tsepo. And if you notice, this is what is being preached in companies, which is called customer experience. Which means, if you look at this guy, number one, what he did, he greeted me whilst he was smiling. I've tried cracking jokes for several times right now, but some faces are still, they look like soldiers. Are we getting it? So if you've got a serious face, don't try to be in sales. ZDF can actually give you a job. You can be a better receptionist at what? Zimbabwe Defense House. They'll be proud of you. Are we getting it? So what I'm simply saying is, you need to smile. And the way you also greet a customer matters. I'm going to be adding a story on this. Just last week, I wanted to buy a refrigerator in one of the companies. This actually happened just last week on Friday. I wanted to buy a refrigerator. I got into this shop and it's a big brand. No one greeted me. And I said, okay, I ended up looking for the salesperson to assist me. Then I said, I want this one for 1.5. I want to buy this refrigerator. I want to buy it for my mother. I want this one. Then he said, okay. Oh, that's okay. Oh, you want the 1.5 one? That's okay. Immediately, when he was still speaking to me, he was now also serving another customer. So I'm also saying in sales, you should love the one you are with. Are we getting it? When even there is a queue, save the first one before you. Don't try to save everyone. Even in love relationships, you are safe with one partner. Are we getting it? You are safe with one partner. Less lies, less stress, and less cost. Yeah. So when I got in and I'm like, I went back, because I was just checking. I went back, I took my money and I wanted to pay. Then, as I was about to enter that shop, the lady who was manning that shop almost bumped into me. Then I said how can I buy this shop? What is really happening? Then a customer was the one who had to convince me to buy a refrigerator. I ended up buying not because the salespeople were good, but I ended up buying because, one, this is a big shop. Number two, the brand which I wanted was in that shop. So most of the times, even the people you are paying in your companies, the question I want to ask, if there are any entrepreneurs or if there are any salespeople who are working for companies, are you selling because you know how to sell, or you are selling because of your brand? Because most of the sales which are saying are my sales, you are just an order taker. You're not a salesperson. A salesperson is someone who goes out to hunt, convince a customer, upsell according to what Tsepo did. If you notice the story of Tsepo, he was also good at what? Product knowledge. He knew my size. And also, product, you cannot sell what you don't know. Even right now, if you're going to give me your product, I can be the best salesperson in the country, but without knowing the product, I will never sell. So you need to invest in knowing the product. Even if you join a company, even if you start running a business, you need to first master your product, know it in and out. And not only your product, you're also supposed to know your industry. Know your industry, know that industry, know the competitor's product better. If a competitor is going to release a product, you're supposed to be the first one to buy that what? That product. There was a war which once happened between some beverage companies. Those who are not AMA 2000 knows about this story. I think that was a war between, I won't mention the brands, you can actually guess. But the bigger brand now, what happened in the 90s when the other brand came into Zimbabwe, they were buying all their drinks and they'll throw them away because they didn't want customers to see that this brand is now in Zimbabwe. And they won that time. But when this brand came back 6 years or so, because they were relaxed and they were saying now they were the Goliath, who beat them, then they came with a different strategy of using us, vendors. I tell you, that brand is being whitewashed. And you can take a guess, and your guess is what? Is right. So what I'm simply saying is, it's about understanding your competitor. And if you look at Tsepo's story again, he behaved more like a doctor. If you want to sell more, quit being a salesman. Start thinking like a doctor or start thinking like a lawyer. If you check on doctors, when you get into a surgery, doctors, they don't just say, because you've got a headache, let us give you paracetamol. They ask you questions. How did it start? What is really happening? Do you have any allergies? Let's say you've got a headache. They'll ask several questions until when they write a prescription with that good handwriting. You know, doctors, they write well. They print very well. Dr. Chirisa knows it very well. So they write a prescription which is going to be only probably read by the what? The pharmacist. Because imagine if my good doctor here was going to say that kind of jargon of your pills. You're going to be taking this azithromycin. Imagine you're telling that to one of my brothers and sisters here. It's a disaster. Imagine, and he's now going to go to the pharmacist saying the same word. So if you look at the doctor, they ask quality questions before they prescribe a solution. Same applies. If you want to sell more, whatever you are selling, when someone comes in looking for a Samsung phone, say, hold on, why a Samsung? Which one are you using before? Are we getting it? Are you worried about space? Are you worried about camera? Are you worried about battery life? Then when you know that they're worried about battery life, you can redirect them to a product which has got what? Long battery life. But when you assume that your customer knows everything, that's where the returns are coming from. How many have got returns in their shops? Or in whatever they're doing, returns are coming back. Customers are coming back and say, I want to change that product. How many? Show me by raising your hands. How many? Okay, just to touch probably your heart and say 3 times, I'm not a salesperson. So, I'm not saying pharmacists are bad, but look at the behavior of pharmacists when you're looking for medicine. I know right now as I was moving around, I think Chinoi Street only has got about 30 pharmacies. So, Zimbabweans, they are now bypassing the doctors, going straight to the pharmacy. And guess what? When you've got a headache, the pharmacist is just going to say, I've got paracetamol for $1, Brufen is $2, Cocodam is $10, which one do you want? They don't care. Whether Cocodam is going to work, it's your own funeral. Whether you're going to buy paracetamol for $1, they don't care. Are we getting it? So I'm not saying pharmacists are bad, but I'm saying don't behave like a pharmacist, because that's their duty of disbursing what? Medicine. But with a little bit of training, because they think that they are not in sales, they can start behaving like salespeople, where they also ask quality questions. Sometimes they can actually say, no, ma'am, don't even buy pills here. I think you need to go to a doctor. Are we getting it? So this is what I'm saying about sales. We need to master the art of sales. And when you ask questions, that's when you're going to build a relationship. And if you notice, it's about relationships. The reason why I'm speaking here is because I've got a relationship with Doc. There's no way he's going to bring someone here who he doesn't have a relationship with. How did we get into that relationship? Huh? When I was doing some of my presentations, I'll tell this story. When I was doing some of my presentations, he saw, I think one of his guys saw that I was mentioning. I said, when you want to learn something about life, go to Dr. Chirisa's page, go to Mr. Arthur Marara's page, visit these pages, and don't visit those pages. Which you like the most? You are in your millions in those kind of pages where nonsense is said. Are you getting it? Then he looked at the video I sent to him and he said, who is this guy? Are we getting it? That's how it's a relationship, because I showed that I like his work, and respectively, he actually said, no, I think I can bring this guy to my what? To my seminars. So if I may ask right now, how many customers do you have relationship with? Customers don't buy because you're cheap. And at the same time, men don't marry you because you're beautiful. And men, ladies, good ladies are not going to marry you because they've got money. Are we getting it? That's why you notice that beautiful ladies, sometimes they end up struggling with marriage because they think that they only have their face to offer. They are also looking at the tongue. Are we getting it? Do you build relationships? Are you going to love their mother? Are you going to take care of the whole family? When probably the husband is saying, I don't like my mother, I don't like my father, are you going to join in and actually say, ndandakatozoona zvangu kuti mama ane problem? And you think you're going to get married? No. They want a unifier, someone who says, no. Because this man, after some few minutes, is going to say, but end of the day, that's my mother, what can I do? But he's going to say, but my wife was also saying, I should hate my mother. And who is going to be hated the most? The wife. Because most of the people don't know how to sell even in marriages. So you need to master the art of building what? Relationships. So here I'm talking about relationship-based selling. Are we getting it? So you need to be close to your customer. Your customer, how many people are loyal to a certain brand, or are loyal to a certain shop, are loyal to a certain friend? And they used to buy perfumes there, they used to buy cooking oil there, they used to buy their tomatoes there. Then one day, probably this guy was not at his market, and you buy from the next market. How many people actually feel guilty to the extent that they'll start explaining themselves? To say, you were not there, that's why I'm buying here. You get what I mean? Because why? They are now valuing that relationship. That's what is causing them to what? To get into an explanation. So your customer must be able to explain. Your customer must feel like they are cheating when they are going to a competitor, because you have built a relationship. Right now, if I'm going to get back into Botswana, I tell you, if I don't buy in Tsepo's shop, what will I be doing? I'll feel like I'm cheating. So if you look at Tsepo again, he used what is called, you would need to ask the customer. When you know what the customer does, you start reacting. If you notice, he asked me, we are from Harare, Ton. Then he said, okay, I like Harare, showing that he was building rapport and building a relationship. Let me tell you something which also sells. When you know someone's totem, you can sell him because of that. Like my brother who is in the crowd. I know that he's Soko and I'm Soko. Hence is my brother. When I'm addressing him, I actually say, Mukanya, Twitter Sego. When he's about to deny my price, I say, Mukanya, Makudofa Nenzare Rumbau. Toba Ereminda. Are we getting it? Because why? We are no longer addressing each other as say. madam. We're now addressing each other as brother, sister. Are we getting it? Then, another thing which builds a relationship, it's what? Football teams. When someone, if you ever noticed that, people who support Manchester United, they don't walk alone. They walk together, crying about their what? Their problems. Debating who should they fire. They tried firing a coach, but the team is still beaten. They've tried firing players. So that debate only can even have, people can even treat each other like brothers because they just support one team. Another thing, church. If someone goes to your church, you now trust them better. Because they're like, this is the brother from my church. There's no way he can harm me. Because souls, it's about trust. A relationship is about what? Trust. Look at someone who has built one of the biggest brands in the country, but he used totem. Look at Nyazungu. Mr. Philip Mataranyika, Nyati. He likes being called Nyati than calling him Mr. Mataranyika. Hence, do you know that in our culture, most of the times when you say someone's totem, there's no way you can find a mainini, a tete with that same totem. So you can even start calling that person sister, tete, bamkura, getting it. And hence, the brand is actually grow because why? They know the value of relationships. So that's what Sebo saw in me and said, okay, I'm going to like what he likes. I'm going to ask him about Harare. 2 pertinent questions which he also asked. Are you going to come back? So when someone is in your shop, ask them, are you going to come back? Huh? Do you want a battery? Do you want a screen guard? You are now upselling because why? You have asked what are called quality questions. And if you also notice this guy, he was already sold to the product before he sold it to me. I'll put it this way. I want you guys, even the guys who are I know most of you are in relationships and most of you are also in marriage. If I ask, does a man actually goes and say, I want to hold your hand? Please, may I kindly just hold your what? Your hand. Or may I just please put my hand around you? Man, is it how you do things? No? Even kisses. Do you say, I now want to give you a kiss? If you do that, most probably, right now you're still single. So, but what happens now? Because I'm already sold to the idea that I think with what I've said so far, I can now hold the what? The hand. With what I've said so far, I think I can have a good night hug. Are we getting it? If you see them saying, I don't want a hug, I don't want a kiss, it simply means they're saying, please, my brother, continue selling. You are not yet there. Try to sell more. Are we getting it? So, that's why sales is actually equivalent to what? To love. You need to be positive. You need to know that when I'm getting into this deal, I'm going to kill a deal. I was actually traveling with my guy soon after my presentation, and I went with my guy to present a proposal. And he said, say, do you know what is on the proposal? He said, how much? Then he said, 15,000. Then I said, okay, what about 15,000? Then he said, I think it's too much. They're not going to agree. Then I said, young man, let me teach you something about sales. If you don't have 15,000, doesn't mean that everyone doesn't have. And most of the people, your challenge is what you think that what you can afford, what you cannot afford, the customer cannot what? Cannot afford. So when we went there, I said, just to check how it's going to happen, do your presentation well, and we're going to close this deal. When we reached the price stage, when we said the price is 15,000, the customer said, oh, it's 15,000 only, including training. Are we getting it? So the customer was actually saying it's less. So you need to be sold to your product before you be sold to your game. Know that when I'm getting into, it's called an assumptive clause, whereby I'm saying when you're getting into the game, you know very well that I'm going to be closing this deal. And the deal will close. This guy knew very well that I'm never going to sell one product. I'll sell 3 or 4 or 5. And he did just that. That's what is called sales. So even right now, if you look at it, as I was saying, you hold ladies without their permission. And how many actually have kissed ladies without their permission? Because you never ask them. But you see each other, you'll be kissing each other, you're getting it. That's why I'm saying sales equals to love relationship, because I know that's what you like the most. Then, obviously, personally, I only kissed my wife after marriage. And obviously, before marriage, she wasn't my wife. Okay, so what I want to say to you guys is, I want to leave you with 7 steps which are very, very important in sales. Number 1, you need to clean your attitude. Someone is always moody is never going to sell. I'm also now giving you a trick to recruit salespeople in your company. If you see someone who doesn't smile naturally, most of the times they struggle with sales because they cannot build relationships. If you look at a smile, go to China right now, and you start smiling, you see a Chinese smiling because they're communicating. And they're communicating what? Love. Huh? Are you getting it? You need to have a good attitude in order for you to sell. Most of the sales people hate sales because there's too much rejection. At our company, we actually call even more than 80. One of my sales people usually call 80 people a day. And out of the 80, most of the times, 60 are rejections. We don't like your product. We are not interested. Why are you calling me? I'm busy right now. Yes, that's why people hate sales. So you need to know that you're in the game of what? Rejection. That's attitude. Number 2, greetings. You need to know how to greet a customer, even when you're using your hands. Greet a customer whilst you're looking at them straight in the eyes. It shows confidence. And also a loose handshake indicates someone is scared. Then on number 3, I'm saying you need to prospect every day. Be a hunter. Don't wait for customers to come to you because you're at a strategic position. The days of being at a strategic position are now over. Right now, if you look at it, look at how most of the retailers are being dribbled by tuck shops. But who is at a convenient place? Is these big stores. So it's no longer about am I in the 4th floor or am I in the 1st floor or ground floor. You can still, I know a guy who is selling spares right now, but he's selling them from 5th floor. And he's selling them better than the guys who are in Kagui. Because why? He is hunting. When you're in social media, don't be used by social media. Use social media. Post your product. Even right now on your status, if there is your face, even right now on your profile, if there is your face, or your child, if there is your face, let me tell you, even those who post their husband, most of the times the ladies are now also snatching husbands. So you're at risk posting your husband. If even post your kid, Vanoro, your foot, are we getting it? So what I want you to do is start posting what you sell. People must know that is Jerry, the chartered vendor, and when Jerry comes, we're talking about sales. When Jerry comes, we're talking about software. When Jerry comes, we're talking about entrepreneurship. Be a household name. Itai sisiwe matemba, sisiwe majin, mkoma we masheta. Are we getting it? That's the only way you can sell more. I'm teaching you about prospecting. Hunt, be a hunter. When you're at church, get the contacts of people who can buy from you. Don't just, yes, going to church, go and pray, but you can also get contacts because it's a networking event. And when you finish prospecting, you now have to do what is called fact finding. Because when you now have a prospect, you now have to qualify or disqualify the customer. Even right now, if you're going to say any lady you're going to meet is a potential wife, chances are you're going to marry a disqualified wife. But if you've got a certain type, don't say, I'm just playing with this one, because that the person is going to come into your house. Same applies to ladies. Don't just say, Buddha watirangwa mora mari. ndobhudhi vanobva ukandai pakicheni mozotamba nhamo isingaperi mautanga kuti netsa ini nadr chirisa makuda kunamatirwa. You get what I mean? Hamuchabve kumasowe. So this is what I'm saying. And a key which you want is to say, is this a qualified customer? And it's not a crime to say, Mr. Customer, with your price, I think I know a person who can serve you better. Are we getting it? Yes, mine is $500. If you want a guy who is going to give you $200, I know his number. But that's not your type. Huh? You should have your type. Then, on point number 5, I'm also saying present your product. If you look at Tsepo, he presented the product. I saw the product and I bought the product. And you need to master the art of closing a deal. I'll ask you ladies, when you say, then you say, I'll think about it. Is it true? Ladies, is it true? Or already you've got the answer. The answer is already there, but you don't just want to disappoint someone. So even customers, and remember, you are also a customer somewhere. So when you visit a shop, what usually happens? When you move around and you see that the product is more expensive than your budget, what do? You go at the product, you look at it, and pretend as if you're going to buy. And what do you say? I'm coming back. Do you ever come back? So that's a lie. When a customer says, I'll come back, say, why are you not making a decision right now? Is it about price? Is it about quality? Is it about something which I did as a what? As a salesperson? Know the art of closing a deal. If right now, if someone is saying, I want to ask my wife, I want to, please, yes, your product is okay, but I want to first ask my wife. Don't leave them going, because when they go, they will never come back. They are lying. Because most of the things which are killing us in sales are what are called silent objections. The customer says this, they indicate left, but the true indication is right. Are we getting it? So what I want to say to you guys is, when you want to sell more, remember the keys of selling. And the last key which I want to give you is follow up. Last time I actually said at this stage, at our company, the motto is, we follow up on you until you buy, or until one of us dies. If you die first, we attend your funeral and start following up on your children. And those who have dealt with my guys, when you've got your number, will never give up easily. So that's the follow-up which I'm saying, when you are still, even with guys, I'll talk of the ladies of the 80s and the 90s when things were still okay. It was going to take, even if you're going to ask Dr. Chirisa, it took him several attempts in order for him to get my Chirisa. That was following up, showing that you're serious. Someone who follows up more, it shows that they're serious. But most of us right now, I now know that it's a you get what I mean? But it's what is happening right now. But the other follow-up which I want to teach you is, even when you get married, guys, still follow up on that deal. Buy that chocolate and give your wife. I want you to try it tonight. Just try. Go with the chocolate, go with the lollipop and say, honey, as I was at the seminar, I just thought about you. But most of you, I know, if you're men, they are going to say, if it's a lady, are we getting it? So what I want to say to you guys is, we need to be souls and souls for everyone. And I love you guys. And remember, this is the skill which you must master. I will tell you, you cannot master about, look at what is happening. You cannot, even if you're going to have a profession of an engineer, doctor, president, if you don't know how to sell, you're going to lose a lot. And I want you guys, when you're going out, go and sell more. And I strongly believe that if this country, if we're going to sell, if everyone is going to sell like a vendor, everyone is going to make money, and we cease complaining and we build our own country. Look at what just happened. The donor funding has been pulled out. We used to get donor funds. Right now, I always hear the country talking about foreign direct investment. What about local direct investment? We want to be the local investors. Guys, I love you guys. Remember, it's not what you are driving right now. It's what is driving you. See you at the top. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a mighty round of applause.
Right, so today, let me invite Jerry. Come, please. Come and take a seat here. So, we're going to have, just test the mic. Sound. All right. You know, that's the culture in Africa. 1, 2, testing. The mic should be tested before it comes. All right. So, we've got roving mics. The Dr. SM Chirisa team is in the aisles. Please, we've got 30 minutes for this, 24 minutes because we're going to end on time, right? Tell us your name, the business that you're in, go straight to your question. No questions. Rafi, are we having any questions from downstairs? Oh, 3, they've already come. Okay, good. All right, so let's start with the house questions, then we'll have these guys.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chirisa and Jerry. So, Jerry, you mentioned that we should be good. Sorry? Okay, I'm Pasmo Mshazose. I'm in software business and website development. So, you mentioned that we should be good at asking questions, including in order to sell more or close deals. My question is, if I go to big brands, grocery stores, there are no people asking questions or demonstrating how to use their products, but they are making more sales without engaging with customers. What's the psychology or strategy behind their success? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So if you look at it, even if you look at big companies, big companies can be big, but you've also noticed big brands like Nokia going out of business. I won't mention locally. I think I've heard, it was awash in the papers that most of the companies, big companies are closing. But you might think, whilst you're outside, you might think that a big company is doing well. But probably it's actually on the verge of closing. So what I want to say is the reason why it's closing is because of those ignorant sales people are saying the brand will sell on its own. You get it? So what I'm saying is what is called standard selling. Because who actually fires people at a company is the customer. Because your boss doesn't fire. If your boss doesn't fire you for failing to do what is required in sales, the customer will eventually fire you. Like what's even happening locally, where big companies are also closing. So you might think outside, because probably they've got big billboards, you think it's a big brand, it's well known, but you hear that tomorrow, this company is actually shutting down. So what I'm saying is that's the standard way of doing sales. Ask questions, understand your customer so that you serve them better. And if you ever known of a word called customer experience, then they'll go and say, I always remember, like my guy I told you, I still remember Tsebo up to now. Thank you.
Right. Next question, let's get a question from there. Let's move fast, guys.
Thank you so much. My name is Coach Nyari from All Things English. I coach English, public speaking.
Can you put it closer so that we can hear?
All right, thank you so much. Sorry, my name is Coach Nyari from All Things English. I coach anything English, public speaking, So I have a question for Jerry and one for Doc. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So Jerry, you spoke in your book, not today, but in your book, Selling Like a Vendor, you speak about making follow-ups. So you mentioned the CRM. So my question is on whether there is a particular one that a company like mine that is still a startup, that is still growing, should use, or I should just use the Excel. And by the way, everyone, and I'm not going to get anything from this, you should buy Selling Like a Vendor. If you just want Jerry in the house, like reading everything that's in his head, just by Selling Like a Vendor. It's
All right,
By
so
sanitary, yeah.
you have asked your second question.
Oh, my second question,
No,
thank
no,
you.
no, 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 no more.
All right.
Yes, I think we're going to answer one from you.
All right.
No, it's yours, Jerry. Yes. Then we're going to get the guys from downstairs. My sound guys, please.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so what is called a CRM? A CRM is called a customer relationship management software. So what happens is, imagine in your company, you call or let's say you meet 5 people and you call 50 people. You are never going to remember all the conversations. Hence, you need a software which is going to help you to remember and record all those discussions, in a CRM software. So it's very, very important to do that if you want to sell more. I still remember at our company, when we started using CRMs, our sales actually increased by 200% that year. Because we're now following up in an organized manner, number one. Number two, a CRM also is going to work as your mine. Those who are mining a gold, you know that what you do with gold, you've got that soil and sand, stones, you put them, then you put them in meal, then you get them into the tank and you liberate a gold. But you don't aurase mavaya, because why? One day you actually hear someone saying, after 10 years, I'll take that soil again and put it in the what? So what happens with the CRM is that customer you prospected in 2021, if he's still in the CRM, you can even prospect them right now. So that's a CRM. Then in terms of proper CRMs, even a startup has to have a CRM. Well, there's no way you're going to remember all the conversations. You need a customer relationship management software. And it comes to types. There is Odoo CRM, there is HubSpot CRM, there is Salesforce CRM, and there are also various CRMs which are there. And lastly, Africa, as we speak, it has got less than 5% of companies with customer relationship management software. But United States of America, it has got 92% of companies with CRM. That's why you see how we are poor and how they are successful. Thank you.
All right. So I hope you guys understood that it's so key. And as you start to grow, you need to have that CRM. Follow up with your conversations and all those kind of things. And there are some of them that are free. And so please just Google and learn. Let's take our questions from the guys that were down. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Doc. My name is Charles Fumai. I'm about to introduce Pure Water. It's a new brand. So, Manerano, I need your help and assistance as well. How can I strategically introduce my product or market and the price as well, considering that there are many people and companies that are doing pure water? Thank you.
Okay, that's okay. So when it comes to pure water, when you look at it, first thing, my brother, is all about price. I think right now, people are buying, I think you know the brand which is selling right now. Is it the cheapest? It's not. So you need to be strategically positioned. And when you're selling water, it's unlike selling services like what Dr. Chirisa do or what I do. It's different. You are selling what is called a consumer product. It needs a lot of marketing. Most people, when they get into the shop, they buy what they know. So if you're not going to invest into marketing, you need both marketing and sales. Because marketing is going to clear the way. Everyone is now going to know that there's this brand which has been introduced. And if you don't have a lot of money, you can even use your social media to market. You can even use, like right now, if you notice, there's now what is called social capital. Build that, and when you're marketing also, don't preach and don't also advertise too much. Start about giving information. Probably what does someone has to look for when they want real pure water? Because some of the water which is in the market is fake. So you start blogging about that information, and people start coming to you because they now know that you are the guru in terms of this product. So you market and you go to radio. I think she's also there from radio. She can also help you to market your product. Then you start also attacking the market. Like what you notice, the brand which is actually selling more water, it's using vendors. And they are strategically positioned. You can have partnerships with vendors where you can actually say probably 50-50 when you're starting. When you're starting, you don't look for profits. When you're starting, just say probably this year, next year, I'm not going to get anything. I'll be losing. But you're building a what? A brand. That's my advice to you.
Questions. I have two questions, by the way. I just want to extend my.
Is it on?
It's on. All right, sure. Thanks. So I have two questions for you, Jerry. Before I get into my questions, I just want to extend my gratitude to Dr. Chirisa for organizing this amazing event. It's always a privilege to be able to learn from such people that you bring for us and to better ourselves every day. So my name is Panashe, and I work for Melusi Home Designs. So we sell high-end home improvement stuff, interior decor, so things like blinds, curtains, furniture, and stuff like that. So my first question is, what are the key strategies for selling high-end home decor products, especially in a market where customers may be a bit price sensitive, considering the economy as well?
Answer, just ask all your questions.
Okay.
You've got only
Right.
one.
And then the second question is, how best can we leverage social media to increase profitability?
Okay. All right, so I will tackle that one. One of the things that we need to know about selling is that people need to know you first. But not just knowing you, but they need to know you as the expert. All right? So one of the things that we have done in our marketing in Zimbabwe, I call it flyer marketing. That marketing is old. You get what I'm saying? There's a picture nature, and you are just showing where you are, the price. That is old selling. What you need to sell is to show that you understand. For example, if I am selling this, you sell executive furniture, and so this furniture, you don't put it in the middle of the room. It makes sense when you put it on the corner like this. Next time, if you want to buy something, contact us. You get what I'm saying? I am marketing myself as a consultant and as an expert in that area. But us use just a flyer. Tunotengesa furniture, we are to corner pa ku Glenview 8 mu tende number chakuti. That's you have just missed it. You have killed the market. So market wants to come to people that are experts. All right. So you need to ensure that. So do to my reels, do to my show good. Okay, are you hearing what I'm saying? Even if you're gonna use AI, show my rooms good. This is our room, a standard room. Like for example, one of the things that I've been studying is where we put my doors on bedrooms. Could you go bedrooms uchivhura hafana kuona bed. Bed unofana uri ukuku. Are you gonna say so if you are doing something like that, then you said this is how you arrange your bedroom. And you must put something this. If you put this, it just sends the chagudi and all those. So those are the things that you must be doing, and so you don't sell. Couldn't do 500. No. Let people come and say, this is my room. What can I do? And you then tell them from an expert point of view. That's now selling. That's how you make money. All right. And how do you leverage the social media? So social media is free. And for me, it has equalized the other advertising or marketing space. 10 years ago, you needed to get the whole Zim papers page, it was like 15,000 or 3,000. But now you can actually literally go on your phone, do a short video. Even if you've got emboots that can go the camera, start there, start with what you have. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So, take the cameras, do the short reels. Even you need to even prepare your adverts. Look at what others are doing in your space. Copy. And you copy in your what? In your space and with what you have. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. And as we have seen, people like videos more than flyers. So please, guys, you flyer guys, give us a break. All right, 2 more questions. Do you have questions from this end? Questions? Any question at the back? Any questions from the back? We want some ladies. Look, ladies, you sometimes disappoint me. Okay, give him the mic. Let's get, is that a lady there? Okay, those are the 2, then we call it quits. All right.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alicia Masara, and I have a laundry service. So mostly it's bachelors, those who go to work, and corporate sisters. I sell Avon products as well. So my question is, how do you deal with male customers that divert from whatever you're trying to do and then start pursuing their own interest? How do you kindly de-associate with such a topic and also still sell to the person after turning them down? Or I'm struggling in the area, and as a laundry service provider, sometimes I have to go to their house. So when someone now shows interest, it now seems foolish to go to the house of someone. I don't know if you understand. Yeah, that's my question.
Urukunyengwa paunongo uzotenga. I didn't do let's.
Okay. That's when probably sometimes I wish if I was a lady, eh? I'll make more sales. Okay. Anyway, sometimes, most of the times, what I also notice is, especially with ladies, because I also have ladies who are salespeople, the way you'll be also doing things can also lead to a situation whereby someone can mistake it as if you've got some intentions. Are we getting it? But let's say also, I know men, some of the men also, they are silly, that's okay. But what I want is a situation whereby sometimes I know of some lady who actually brush it aside. She doesn't say no, she doesn't say yes, but she just put it aside. You buy, then after buying, she's off. Are we getting it? Then she comes back again. You think that she's going to say yes, she's continue selling using that strategy. Because what I'm simply saying is, you are not supposed to fall for that trap. You are supposed to know your boundaries. You are supposed to know the language which you can use. And for ladies, stay professional. Dress professional. Speak professional. That's the most key which you actually want in that situation. Even if it's at a workplace, even if you're in the boss office, know how to behave. The way you do things is the way which actually brings this kind of situations. So be professional, show that you value professionalism. And sometimes when you also need to go to someone's house, check if there are only male figures there or if there are also ladies there, so that you can be also protected whilst you're working. Thank you.
I just want to add maybe 1 or 2 things on that one as well. Number 2, men will always be flirting. You get what I'm saying? So if they say, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, but I'm so tanga. Yeah, you hear what I'm saying? Just generalize their comments. Don't take it, oh, thank you, oh, the mega. My husband doesn't say that. You are missing it. You get what I'm saying? Just say, nasinda, Jimmy, don't do that. Thank you. You get what I'm saying? Generalize it, brush it off, and move forward. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay? And the other thing is, when you are going to have to visit to the other places, then don't go alone, go with somebody. You get what I'm saying? You can go with it too, or you can go with another guy and you introduce and say, we are here, we are preaching, we are doing this. Don't go Uriwega where you are vulnerable. You understand what I'm saying? I have worked with so many lady executives at C-suites. They are professional. You don't have to use bottom power to get that contract. You understand what I'm saying? All right? So you need to just master the sales pitch. You need to master and do things well. You understand what I'm saying? When you're doing things well or excellently, it doesn't matter when even people don't like you. There's some people who don't like me, but are in this church because of the excellence that we do. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to get what I want. You understand what I'm saying? So just be excellent and we get it from there. Let's take our last question, then we'll call it a day. Give this guy the blue one. He was the one who was... This one here.
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. I don't take it lightly. My name is Success Rusere, and I'm a junior optometrist. My question goes like this. I've learned from Jerry that you said, if you want to sell more, stop selling. In the context that we shouldn't appear desperate. And I also heard Dr. Chirisa saying that we should knock on the big doors. So my question is, if I have a product that I have to take to a customer, not the customer coming to me, and these are the big guys, how do I then go about it without portraying myself desperate or as if ndikuzvida sterek because then chitorida kudirira chiro?
Okay, thank you so much. So, I actually said you should stop selling but start helping. So my approach is, when I launched my books, I didn't say, I want to make money. Are we getting it? I said, even right now I'm writing a book. When I'm writing that book, I'm actually visualizing someone reading that book. And how is that book going to assist someone? Then if I do that now, I build value. And because I want to help. And when I'm helping, eventually I get paid. I'll give you just before I came here. I went to this other client and actually said, Jerry, I've got this presentation which needs to be done next week. But I want you to fine tune it because you're an expert. I didn't even say, ma'am, first thing I charge $1,500. Are you getting it? But I just did that. I went and I presented to her. Then she actually said, I'll be waiting for your invoice. That's because my spirit was, even if she was going to give me nothing, I'll be still proud that I've helped someone. This is the approach which I want. When you see someone, like most of the sales people, they become so desperate because we're saying, I want to reach a target. If someone comes here, they have to leave money. But if you look at it, those who help more are going to get what? More money. So I'm saying stop selling, start helping. And I push for it, knock doors. But when you're also knocking doors, when they show interest, now diffuse that into what? Start what? Helping that person, understand them better. Even I heard my brother was saying I'm in a software business. Understand their needs. Understand what they want to achieve. Because I've noticed most of the companies, they're changing softwares every day. Because people are selling the softwares, their intention is just to take the paycheck instead of helping them, for them to actually solve problems which are in their companies. Thank you.
All right. So if you're going after the big guys, you must be strategic. You understand what I'm saying? You must study the guys that you're going to. Who are they? What is their focus? And what I normally do is go on their website. Go and look while you're sitting in the reception waiting for whoever you're going to. They usually have got magazines. Pick a magazine. See what they are doing, what is their focus, and you ensure that what you are doing is in line with their focus for that year. You understand what I'm saying? So align your product to what they are doing. Say, we can help you with this. This is our specialty. So know what they are looking for. Know what they are. And sometimes you can even get information from big companies, you know. And I used to do it very often. You know, there are always some small people at big companies that know what is happening in the big offices, but they are small people. You get what I'm saying? Just like if you want to know what is happening in a neighborhood, you don't go to the owners of the houses. You go to the garden boys and shout, that's what you also do. Do your investigation before you go. And you can give that somebody inonzi a tip $10 for somebody aripa get okupa information esa no ndida kuyazotendesera now vanomboita ndiani ani azoziya ndiani mukuru wacho chache ndiani ari kumarketing. Those guys will be knowing. So you go there, don't go there ignorant, go there loaded with information. And also be prepared knowing that these guys, they are going to intimidate you. They're going to put you in front of a panel. So practice your pitching, practice your marketing, and know what the other ones that are doing, what have they been doing wrong, what are their pain points, how can you correct it. That's how you get to the big guns. So it's not just my big guns. That's not the way you do it. You have to be strategic. So you have to learn how to market to people that of high caliber. Am I talking to somebody? All right. So, but the most important thing is you must know your enemy or you must know your customer. Just know them, and you know their pain point. So when you are speaking to the problems that they have. And you then refer and say that this, we've got the solution for you. If you come with us, we will do it this, we'll do this faster, our turnaround is faster. We don't have bureaucracy like all the other guys, and we are willing to work with you. Even overtime, we no pay. I give you, and you throw something for free until you get. Even if you don't get it, if you knock at a door for a big guy, what is going to happen is that those big guys know other big guys. But they will start to talk and say, you know what? But Isusu had already committed to this guy. But I think you need to try him. So because you have made yourself known to those guys, you have actually marketed yourself to other big guys. It's a matter of time. It will yield. They will refer themselves to you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Or they'll refer others in that league to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because most of them, they've got the same vendors and they're disappointed with them and they're looking to get out. And maybe what we do our contract is next year. But contract vendor. You understand what I'm saying? So just go and knock. Go to any big door. Don't even be afraid. You are ready. Are you getting what I'm saying? And as the more doors you knock, the better you become. And it will be easy. And when you make money, remember us. Are you hearing? Okay. All right. All right, guys. Come on, put your hands together for Jerry. All right. So I'm going to leave the time to our MC, but thank you guys for coming. She'll tell you the next date of the next mentorship class. I hope this was of value. God bless you.
One more strong round of applause. Let's give them a standing ovation. Just to say thank you so much for your time. But before you go, they're going downstairs. If you are in the bottom auditorium, please do not go anywhere. If you are in the second auditorium, please do not go anywhere. Dr. S.M. Chirisa and Jerry Nyazungu will be coming through along with Pastor Dorcas Chirisa. Yes, she's an advocate as well. Remember, you need a doctor and a lawyer, and we happen to have them here. You may sit down for just a little bit as we get to our announcement. What I learned today is price is what you pay and value is what you give. And Anzi, our fongo kuita flyer. Yeah, Anzi no fongo ngopo service. Well, since I am here, definitely I am a broadcaster by profession, a journalist. I would like to also offer you, the business people, any service that I can in terms of advertising yourself, whether it be print, digital, or broadcast media. If you have any questions, please find me. I am always willing to lend a hand on how you can sell yourself better to the masses. And definitely if you want some confidence too, and finding that voice. All right. Our notices for today, just to go through them, media. Do remember tomorrow we are possessing our possessions with Advocate Dorcas, Chirisa, the ladies in the house, we are possessing our possessions. Tomorrow is meet and greet as well. So our possessing our possessions is starting at 11 o'clock until 1 p.m. And then we're going to go straight through at 1 until 2 p.m. We are meeting and greeting with the apostle. And that's also happening tomorrow. Do remember it's 6 a.m. For those of you that have a lovely wife or a very charming husband and you need some fitness, we are going to be doing that tomorrow at 6 a.m. Feel free to join us. Definitely that will also be happening. We also have our Fitness Wellness Day that is happening on Sunday. And our theme is Design Your Physical Health. And also remember that we will be having Dr. S.M. Chirisa as well as Jerry Nyazungu signing our books that we are going to be buying. How many people are going to be buying books today? How many people are going to be improving their lives today? This was free, but you can at least buy yourself a book on the way out. Our next masterclass will be on the 28th of February. Our next masterclass will be on the 28th of February. And I just want to remind you that we do have services right here in this auditorium where we are saying this year we are living by design right here at Wisdom City Ministries International. I would like to invite you to come through. Our first service is at 8:30 a.m. until 10:30, and then our second service is at exactly 10:45 until 12:45. I do hope to see you. Do remember that the best strategy for any sale is a smile, and I hope you are smiling on your way out. But as we move out, ushers, are you there? Those are our ushers. Please let's listen to them as we go out.